Have you ever woken up and thought, where on earth was I just now? That place you visited wasn't on earth at all. Every single night, while your body lies perfectly still, your mind slips through a hidden door and travels farther than any astronaut has ever gone. Tonight, you don't have to try to sleep. Just lie back, breathe slowly, and let me walk you gently into the secret world that only opens when your eyes close. We're about to explore 100 quiet, mind-blowing truths about dreams. Truths that might quietly change the way you fall asleep forever. If these soft whispers help you drift off a little easier, please tap like and subscribe so more tired souls can find this safe little corner. Ready? Let's begin. Hey. Yeah, you. Close your eyes for a second. No, really, try it right now. Feel that tiny darkness that appears the moment your lids drop. That darkness isn't empty. It's a whole universe waiting for you. Scientists say the second your head touches the pillow, your brain starts turning down the lights on the outside world like a caring parent dimming the lamp in a child's room. All the noise, phones, worries, tomorrow's to-do list, gets gently pushed outside the door. Within minutes, the same brain that spends the day solving problems, paying bills, and remembering where you parked the car, flips a switch. Suddenly, it becomes an artist, a movie director, a time traveler, a healer. It doesn't ask permission. It just starts painting with memories, fears, hopes, and things you didn't even know you felt. And the craziest part? You do this every single night, whether you remember it or not. Right now, billions of people are doing it together, yet each journey is completely private. No one else will ever walk the exact streets you're about to walk tonight. The places you'll visit don't exist on any map. The people you'll meet might have been gone for years, or might not even be real. But for a few hours, everything feels more real than waking life. So just breathe in slow and out slower. That tiny darkness behind your eyes, it's not nothing. It's your own private cinema, already warming up the projector. The show starts soon, and you've got the best seat in the house. Listen, I know how it feels. You're lying there, eyes closed, but your brain is doing cartwheels. Work emails. That awkward thing you said 3 years ago. Random songs. Here's the secret nobody tells you. You don't have to wrestle yourself to sleep tonight. Just let my voice be the soft blanket, and listen. Every gentle sentence is another step down a quiet staircase your mind already knows by heart. With each breath, your body gets a little heavier, your thoughts get a little lighter. You're allowed to stay half awake if you want. Dreams don't need you to be fully off. They just need you to stop steering for a while. Think of it like floating on a calm lake at night. You don't have to swim. You don't have to fight the tiny waves of thought. Just lie back and let the water carry you. The more you relax into listening, the closer you drift to that sweet spot where the real world fades and the dream world lights up. And if your mind wanders, that's okay. Wandering is the first sign the gate is opening. I'll still be here, talking softly, guiding you deeper. No pressure, no rush. No, you're doing it wrong. Tonight, the only job you have is to let these words wash over you like warm rain. If you fall asleep in the next 2 minutes, perfect. If you stay and listen to all 100 whispers, that's perfect too. Either way, you're exactly where you're meant to be, floating gently toward the place your mind goes to recharge, to heal, to play. Just listen and let go. Close your eyes again and picture this. The farthest humans have ever traveled is the moon, about 384,000 kilometers. Voyager 1, our fastest spaceship, has been flying for 47 years and is only 24 billion kilometers away. Now listen carefully. Every single night, in the space of a few hours, your mind travels billions of times farther than that, instantly. One moment you're in your bed, the next you're standing on a beach that doesn't exist, or flying above cities you've never visited, or talking to your grandmother who passed away 10 years ago. Distance means nothing in there. Time means nothing. Your consciousness just goes. Scientists measured it. During REM sleep, your brain waves look almost exactly like when you're wide awake and exploring a new place. Your visual cortex lights up like you're really seeing new horizons. Your body is paralyzed, so you don't act it out, but inside you're running, swimming, soaring. And the speed. Light speed feels slow compared to dream travel. You can be in childhood bedroom, then on top of a mountain, then underwater, all in the same second. No rocket, no fuel, no ticket, just you, closing your eyes, and suddenly the entire universe, past, future, real, impossible, is right there. And the wildest part, you do this every night for free. While billionaires pay hundreds of millions to leave Earth for 10 minutes, you get an unlimited passport to everywhere and everywhen, just by breathing slow and letting go. So tonight, when your head hits the pillow, remember, you're not stuck in one tiny bedroom on one tiny planet. You're about to become the fastest, freest traveler in existence. Destination, wherever your heart quietly wants to go. Imagine there's a door somewhere in the universe that has your name on it. No key, no combination. Only you can open it, and only when you're asleep. Behind that door is a world built completely from pieces of you. Every memory you've ever had, every song you love, every fear you try to hide, every hope you're almost afraid to say out loud. Your brain takes all of it, mixes it like paint, and creates landscapes no artist has ever seen. A street from your childhood might lead to a forest that smells like your grandmother's kitchen. A stranger might walk up wearing the smile of someone you miss. And the best part? Nobody else can ever visit this exact place. Not your partner sleeping right next to you. Not your best friend. Not even scientists with the fanciest machines. It's 100% yours. Even if you dream about flying over Paris, your Paris is different from anyone else's Paris because it's filtered through your eyes, your feelings, your story. That makes every single dream the most personal piece of art you'll ever create. And you make a new one almost every night without trying. So when people say, "It was just a dream," smile quietly. They have no idea they're talking about the one place in all of existence that belongs only to you. A private galaxy, a secret gallery, a safe room made of stardust and memories. And tonight, the moment your breathing slows, the door unlocks again. No baggage, no password, just you, stepping softly into the one place in the universe that was waiting for you and you alone. Let that sink in for a second. 6 entire years of your life, bathing in sunlight that isn't real, hugging people who might not be here anymore, flying without wings, living whole lifetimes in a single night. If you live to 80, that's more than 2,000 full days spent completely inside your own mind. That's longer than all of elementary school, high school, and college combined. Longer than most jobs people have. 6 years exploring places that exist only for you. And the quiet truth. Most of us barely remember 10 minutes of it. We wake up, stretch, check the phone, and the magic slips away like warm breath on a cold window. But those 6 years still happened. Your mind used that time to sort emotions, rehearse conversations you're nervous about, heal tiny cracks in your heart you didn't know were there. While your body rested, your soul went on the longest adventure of your life. 6 whole years of it. So tonight, when you start feeling sleepy, try smiling a little. You're not just going to bed. You're about to begin another few hours of a journey that will quietly add up to 6 years of pure wonder. 6 years of secret vacations money can't buy. 6 years of meeting versions of yourself you forgot existed. 6 years of pure private magic. And the best part? You don't have to pack, you don't have to pay, you don't even have to remember every detail. Just close your eyes. And the next chapter of your 6-year adventure begins right now. Sweet dreams, traveler. Hey, watch this. The second your eyelids touch, your brain quietly reaches up and pulls a plug labeled outside world. Click, lights out. The part of your brain that decides what's real and what's not, the thalamus, goes on break. It's like a bouncer stepping away from the door and letting imagination walk straight in wearing whatever it wants. While you're awake, that bouncer checks every signal. Is this real light, real sound, real danger? But the moment you relax into sleep, the bouncer shrugs and says, let them all in. Suddenly, memories, fears, random movie scenes, and that song from 2008 are all treated as real as the pillow under your head. That's why you can be totally convinced you're late for a flight in a dream, heart racing, palms sweaty, even though your body hasn't moved an inch. Your brain isn't lying to you, it's just stopped fact-checking. And here's the gentlest part. This is on purpose. Your mind needs this nightly holiday from reality to stay healthy. It's like giving a busy chef a few hours to cook whatever he feels like instead of following the menu. So when the room gets quiet and your thoughts start to blur, smile. That little click you feel inside your head isn't you losing touch. It's your brain kindly switching off the harsh daylight so it can turn on the soft, colorful lights of your own private world. Reality will still be here in the morning, exactly where you left it. For now, let the bouncer take his break. Picture this. Every night you get handed a camera, an unlimited budget, and total creative control. No studio notes, no audience testing, no rules. Your brain sits in the director's chair and whispers, action. It casts people you haven't seen in years. It builds cities out of half-remembered streets. It writes dialogue you'd never say out loud when awake. Sometimes it's a gentle romance, sometimes a wild adventure, sometimes a quiet walk on a beach that smells exactly like childhood summers. And you're not just watching, you're the star, feeling every emotion in high definition. The same brain that spends the day stuck in traffic or writing boring emails becomes Spielberg, Tarantino, and every poet you ever loved, all rolled into one. It even adds its own soundtrack. Hear that faint music in the background of your dreams sometimes? That's your private orchestra. The coolest part? You don't have to plan anything. You don't need talent or practice. Every single human gets this gift for free, every single night. Even on the worst days when you feel small or tired or lost, your mind still hands you the director's chair and says, tonight, you're in charge. Make whatever you need. So when you start feeling sleepy, don't fight it. You're not shutting down for the night. You're stepping onto a movie set built only for you, where the only limit is how brave you are to feel, to fly, to forgive, to fall in love again. Lights, camera, close your eyes. Showtime. Most people think dreams wait until the deep, dark hours. Nope. The moment you drift off, usually within the first 90 minutes, your brain starts rehearsing tiny dream scenes. They're short, quiet, strange little clips. Floating, falling, a voice calling your name. You might not remember them, but they're already playing. Then, all through the night, dreams come in gentle waves. Every 90 minutes or so, you dip back into REM sleep, the dream stage, and the movie gets longer, clearer, wilder. By morning, the last dream of the night can last almost an hour. That's why you sometimes wake up in the middle of a full story, heart beating, sheets tangled, wondering where you just were. Your brain never clocks out. Even in the so-called light sleep between dreams, it's still sorting, whispering, painting. All night long it's busy turning today's noise into tomorrow's calm. So when you lie down tonight and think, I'm too tired to dream, smile. Your mind has already started the projector. The first little dream is probably warming up right now, soft and short like a lullaby, and it won't stop until the sun comes looking for you. All you have to do is stay on the ride. Let the waves come. Let them carry you. From that very first 90-minute whisper to the big morning finale, your night is one long, gentle, unbroken dream journey. No intermissions, no tickets, just you and the quiet cinema that never closes. You've felt it. that fluttery feeling behind your eyes when you're half asleep. That's REM, rapid eye movement. It's the magic doorway. 4 or 5 times a night, your brain slips into REM and everything changes. Your eyes start dancing under the lids like they're watching a tennis match no one else can see. Your heartbeat picks up. Your breathing gets quick and light, and inside, the dream world turns the lights all the way up. This is when the clearest, wildest, most colorful dreams happen. Scientists say REM is so important that if you miss it one night, your brain will steal extra the next, like it's making up for lost magic. And here's the softest truth. During REM, your body paralyzes itself on purpose. A little switch in your brainstem says, don't let them run or fly in real life. So you stay perfectly still and perfectly safe while your mind soars anywhere it wants. It's the kindest protection. Your brain locks the door to the outside world so nothing can interrupt the show. Right now, as you listen and breathe slower, your body is already getting ready for its first REM visit tonight. In a little while, your eyes will start their secret dance and the door will open. No effort, no knocking, just a gentle push from inside, and you'll step through into color, story, and wonder. All you have to do is keep breathing easy. The door knows you're coming. It's been waiting all day. Feel your eyes right now. They're calm, heavy, resting. But later tonight, something beautiful is going to happen. Under those quiet lids, your eyes will start moving fast, left, right, up, down, like they're following a butterfly only they can see. Scientists hooked people up to machines and discovered something that still feels like magic. When your eyes move like that in REM sleep, they're tracking exactly what you're looking at in the dream. Dreaming you're watching a bird fly across the sky, your eyes follow the bird. Dreaming you're talking to someone's face, your eyes look into theirs. Your brain is giving you a private IMAX theater, and your eyes are the camera crew. They're not just twitching, they're watching. Even if you're dreaming of running through a forest or floating above clouds, your eyes move exactly as they would if it were real. And the gentlest part? You don't have to do anything. Your body stays perfectly still and safe while your eyes get to see wonders no screen can match. So when you wake tomorrow and rub your sleepy eyes, take one soft second to thank them. Last night they worked overtime, chasing shooting stars, following old friends down dream streets, gazing at oceans that don't exist on any map. They danced for hours just for you. Tonight they'll do it again. All you have to do is close them and let the show begin. Your private cinema is already loading the next film. And your eyes, they can't wait to watch. Imagine never seeing sunlight, yet still walking through summer fields at night in your mind. People who were born blind have dreams just as rich as anyone else. Only the pictures are missing. Instead, their dreams explode with sound. Footsteps on gravel, a dog barking far away, rain tapping on a roof they've never seen but know by heart. Smells arrive perfectly. Fresh bread from childhood, their mother's perfume, sea air from a vacation they felt more than watched. Touch becomes the main movie. Wind brushing their face, warm sand between toes, someone's hand slipping into theirs. Their brain never learned visual movies, so it skips the screen and goes straight to the feelings. And here's what's beautiful. Many say their dreams feel even more real because nothing distracts from the emotion. No colors to admire, just pure feeling. If you've ever closed your eyes and tried to remember a place by its smell or the way the air felt, you've had a tiny taste of how they dream every night. So next time you drift off, pay attention after the pictures fade. Listen for the tiny sounds. Feel the temperature on your skin. Notice the scent that suddenly appears. Those quiet details. They're the same doorway blind dreamers walk through every night, and they're waiting for you too. Dreams don't need eyes to be whole. They only need a heart that's ready to feel home. You just spent hours on the most amazing journey, and poof, it's gone. The moment your eyes open, your brain hits a quiet delete button on almost everything. Within 5 to 10 minutes, 95% of the movie vanishes like morning mist. Why? Because your brain is smart, not cruel. It's busy clearing space for the new day. Dreams are like post-it notes, important while you're asleep, disposable once the message is delivered. The feelings usually stick around longer than the pictures, that calm, that panic, that love, but the actual scenes, gone. That's why you sometimes wake up knowing you met someone special, but can't remember their face. Or you feel like you solved everything, then the answer melts away. But here's the soft secret. The 5% you do keep is the gold your mind decided you needed. A weird symbol, a sentence, a color. Those tiny pieces are gifts. And the other 95%, they already did their job. They calmed you, healed you, rehearsed tomorrow, reminded you who you are. So when you wake up tomorrow and only catch a tiny thread of last night's adventure, don't feel sad. Smile at the thread. It's all your mind wanted you to bring back. The rest was just love letters it wrote to itself in the dark, and then gently burned so you could travel lighter today. You know that person you haven't thought about in 15 years. Tonight, they might tap you on the shoulder in a dream and hand you a cup of tea like nothing happened. Or you'll suddenly smell the exact hallway of your old primary school, hear the exact bell, feel the exact scratchy carpet under your knees. Your waking mind says, I forgot that place. Your sleeping mind says, hold my hand, let's go visit. Nothing is ever deleted. Every single second you've lived is quietly stored somewhere deep, like old home videos in perfect condition. Dreams are the only time the librarian lets you wander the back shelves without a list. You don't choose what to remember. Your heart chooses for you. Sometimes it pulls out tiny kindnesses you didn't notice at the time. Sometimes it drags up things you thought you buried. Either way, it's never random. That forgotten song, that old friend's laugh, that afternoon light in your childhood bedroom. They show up because some part of you still needs them. So if tonight you find yourself standing in a place you swore was gone forever, don't fight it. Say thank you. Your mind didn't bring you there to hurt you. It brought you there because for a quiet moment, it wants you to feel completely, perfectly at home again. Let it. You're safe. The memory only wants to hug you before it goes back to sleep. Hey, it's okay if your eyes got a little watery just now. A lot of us have been there. 1 minute you're asleep, the next you're sitting on a porch swing with your granddad who left 10 years ago, and he's laughing exactly the way he used to. You feel his rough hand, hear his voice, smell the pipe smoke. Everything is so real that when you wake up for a second you forget he's gone. Science calls these visitation dreams. They feel different, calmer, clearer, warmer. You usually don't fly or turn into a bird or any of the normal dream nonsense. It's just them. And the hug feels like it lasts forever. Some people wake up crying happy tears because the ache in their chest is suddenly lighter. Others say the person told them something simple. I'm okay. Or stop worrying. Or just, I love you. You don't have to believe in anything supernatural to let it be beautiful. Your mind kept every detail of them safe, every wrinkle, every tone of voice, and tonight it built a perfect little room where you could sit together again. So if it happens tonight, don't rush to wake up. Stay on that porch swing a little longer. Hold their hand. Say the things you never got to say. When morning comes, the visit ends, but the feeling stays. And somewhere inside, a quiet voice whispers, see? They never really left. They just moved to the safest place I could keep them, right here with you, every single night you need them. You've never seen this person in your life, yet there they are, clear as daylight, smiling at you in a dream. Perfect stranger. Detailed eyes, freckles, the little scar above the eyebrow. You wake up thinking, who was that? Answer, nobody. Your brain just made them up from scratch. Scientists showed people dream faces to artists the next day, and the drawings never match any real person the dreamer ever met. Your mind is a master designer working overtime while you sleep. It mixes tiny pieces of thousands of faces it's seen on the bus, in old photos, walking past shops, and stitches together brand new humans who never existed. Sometimes they become recurring characters in your dream world. The kind barista, the quiet neighbor, the child who waves from the train. You start to recognize them night after night like old friends, even though they're 100% imaginary. And the gentle miracle. These invented people can comfort you, love you, teach you things. A made-up face can give real healing. So if tonight a stranger sits beside you on a dream bus and says exactly what you needed to hear, don't question it. Thank them. Your mind built them just for you, pixel by pixel, out of pure kindness. They're proof that even when you feel alone in the waking world, there's an entire studio inside your head that never stops creating company. Close your eyes. Somewhere in the dark, a new face is already waiting to say hello. And they know your name. You know that quiet regular in your dreams, the one with the soft voice and the green coat who always sits on the same bench. You've never met them, not once, yet you'd know them anywhere. Your brain has a secret cast of characters it keeps just for you. Some dream scientists call them dream extras, others call them permanent residents. They show up night after night, year after year, in different stories, but always themselves. There's the woman with the red scarf who sells flowers at the station that doesn't exist. The little boy who waves from the window of every train you board in dreams. The old man fishing on the pier that smells like your childhood holidays. They never age the way real people do. They never ask for anything. They just appear, calm and familiar, like they've been waiting for you to come home. You wake up and try to describe them to friends, and no photo, no memory, no face on the street ever matches. Because they only live behind your eyes. They were born the first night your mind needed comfort and decided to build someone steady. They're proof that even when the waking world feels lonely or chaotic, there's a quiet corner inside you that never stops creating gentle company. So tonight, when a familiar stranger smiles at you across a dream cafe, smile back. They've been keeping your favorite seat warm for years. They're not ghosts. They're love letters your mind wrote to itself, folded into human shape and sent to walk beside you when you need it most. Next time your dog twitches and kicks in their sleep, don't laugh too loud. They're not just dreaming. They're sprinting across fields only they can see. Scientists put little caps on rats and watch their brain waves. When the rats ran a maze all day, the exact same pattern replayed at night, faster, like they were running it again in their sleep. Dogs do it. Cats do it. Even birds replay their songs while sleeping. Watch a puppy's muffled barks, the tiny running paws, the tail wagging so hard it shakes the whole bed. They're chasing squirrels across endless parks, or maybe greeting someone they lost years ago. One study hooked up cats and temporarily turned off the paralysis switch. The sleeping cats stood up, arched their backs, and hunted invisible mice, perfect form, eyes closed. Your pet's brain is doing the same nightly magic yours does, replaying the day, processing joy, practicing skills, healing tiny heartbreaks. So when your old cat sighs and her paws paddle gently, she might be young again, leaping after butterflies in the sun. When your dog lets out that soft, happy whine, he's probably found the perfect stick on the perfect beach. They don't have words for it, but they feel it just as deeply. Tonight, as you drift off beside them, know that both of you are stepping through the same quiet door. You to your human stories, them to their wild ones. Two dreamers under one roof, running side by side in worlds no one else can visit. Sweet dreams, little friend. A newborn baby sleeps 16 to 18 hours a day, and about half of that time they're already dreaming. 8 whole hours of pure REM magic before they've even seen much of the world. Their tiny eyelids flutter, their mouths make little sucking motions, their fingers twitch like they're grabbing at stars. Adults only get about 2 hours of REM. Babies get 4 times that. Why? Because their brains are building themselves from scratch. Every smile they saw, every soft voice, every gentle touch gets rewired into who they're becoming while they dream. They've never walked, yet their legs kick. They've barely heard language, yet their faces light up with expressions they haven't learned yet. It's like their minds are practicing being human before they're even awake for it. And the sweetest part? When you hold a sleeping baby and they suddenly smile, big, gummy, heart-melting smiles, that's probably a dream smile. They're not dreaming of milk or diapers. They're dreaming of warmth, of love, of the feeling of being safe in your arms. Science calls it endogenous smile. I call it proof that even before they know the world, they already know joy. So when you rock a baby tonight and their little face breaks into that perfect grin, whisper back. They're not just sleeping. They're busy growing an entire universe inside, one gentle dream at a time. And every smile is them saying, I'm almost ready to meet you properly, but first, let me practice being happy. 19. You can't read text properly in most dreams, 300 words. Try this tonight. If you realize you're dreaming, look for a book or a street sign and try to read it. Chances are the letters will swim, change, or turn into little drawings the moment you focus. Read it once. Main Street. Look away, look back. Now it says Moon River, or the words melt like ink in water. Your brain is amazing at feelings, faces, places. But written language? That part stays awake. The language centers calm down during sleep, so when your dream tries to make a sentence, it just grabs random shapes and hopes for the best. Same with clocks. Look at the time. Look away. Look back. Now it's 47 minutes and 93 seconds, or the hands are spinning backward. That's one of the quickest ways to know you're dreaming. Things that need logic start to wobble. But here's the gentle side. Dreams aren't trying to give you homework. They're trying to give you feelings. A letter from someone you miss doesn't need perfect words. It just needs to feel like their handwriting. A signpost doesn't need to say the right street. It just needs to point toward home. So when the words dance tonight, don't get frustrated. Let them dance. Your mind isn't broken. It's just speaking in poetry instead of sentences. And poetry was never meant to be read twice the same way. Close your eyes and let the letters blur into music. That's exactly how dreams like it. You're late for something in a dream, you glance at your watch, and the numbers are all wrong. Sometimes there are 13 hours. Sometimes the hands spin like a fan. Sometimes it's just a blank face smiling back at you. Dream clocks refuse to behave because time itself takes a holiday when you sleep. Your brain turns off the inner clock that keeps you on schedule all day. No deadlines in dreamland. No, I only have 5 minutes. That's why a dream that feels like a whole day can actually last 10 minutes, or one hug can stretch for what feels like years. Your mind is quietly telling you, here, time is soft. Here, you can sit on that bench with your dad forever. Here, you can finish the conversation you never got to finish. So when the clock melts or spins tonight, don't panic. It's not broken, it's freed. Dreams are the one place where being late doesn't matter, where goodbyes can wait, where you can grow up and grow young again in the same afternoon. Let the numbers swirl. Let the hands run backward. That's your mind's gentle way of saying, stay as long as you need. I turned the clocks off so nothing can rush you. Take all the time in the world, because tonight the world has all the time for you. Breathe easy. The dream is timeless, and you're right on schedule. Before the 1950s, most people swore they only dreamed in black and white. Old surveys show over 70% of people said their dreams looked like old movies, all shades of grey. Then color television exploded into homes. Within 10 or 15 years, the numbers flipped. By the 1970s, most people were dreaming in bright reds, ocean blues, sunset oranges. Scientists gently argue about why. Some say our brains simply copy whatever visual diet we feed them all day. If you grow up watching black and white films and grainy newspapers, your mind paints at night with the same limited palette. Feed it Technicolor cartoons and glossy magazines, and suddenly your dreams get a rainbow upgrade. Even today, people who watch a lot of black and white content report more monochrome dreams. Your mind is that obedient, that hungry to match the world you give it. So tonight, notice the colors when they appear. That impossible purple sky, that glowing emerald forest. They're fresh paint straight from everything beautiful your eyes drank in while you were awake. Your brain waited all day like a kid with new crayons, and now it finally gets to color outside the lines. Let it play. Let the colors run wild. Tomorrow the world will go back to normal shades, but tonight every hue is yours, bright and loud and perfect, because your mind learned how to dream in color just by watching the same sky you share with everyone else. You know that stomach drop moment when you miss a step in a dream and plummet? Your whole body jerks, heart races, and sometimes you actually kick the blanket off. Relax, nothing is wrong. That's your brain running a safety check. Way down in an ancient part of your brainstem lives a tiny alarm system that watches for real falls. When you're awake and stumble, it fires in milliseconds to stiffen your muscles and save you. At night, while you're paralyzed in REM, it still wants practice. So it runs little simulations. What if we fell right now? It drops you off a cliff or misses the last stair, then slams the emergency brake, the hypnic jerk, just to make sure everything still works. That jolt you feel is the system saying, yep, still got it. Some nights it's gentle, like stepping off a curb. Some nights it's a full free fall because your brain is extra careful. Either way, it's love in disguise. Your mind is looking out for you even when you're unconscious. So next time you jerk awake from a falling dream, smile into the dark. Whisper, thanks for having my back. Then roll over and let the test finish. You passed with flying colors, or rather, with falling ones. You spread your arms, push off gently, and suddenly you're floating above rooftops like it's the most natural thing in the world. No engines, no wings, just you and the night air. Your stomach lifts the same way it does on a roller coaster, but softer, kinder. That feeling is so convincing because for a few minutes, your body truly forgets it's supposed to fall. The balance sensors in your inner ears go quiet. The gravity detectors in your muscles take a break. Your brain stops sending the constant stay upright signals it blasts all day. In that beautiful pause, flying feels as normal as walking. No wonder children have more flying dreams. They haven't spent decades learning how heavy the world is yet. When you fly in dreams, your mind is giving you a tiny vacation from physics. A reminder of what movement felt like before bills and worries added extra weight. So when it happens tonight, and it might, don't try to figure out how. Don't flap harder or worry about crashing. Just lean into the wind and let your body remember being light. Let the city shrink below you. Let your heart lift the way it did when you were 5, and the world still felt like magic. You're not breaking the rules. You're just home for a visit, where gravity is optional and joy is the only fuel you'll ever need. You run your tongue across your teeth, and one wobbles. Then another. Suddenly they drop into your hand like little white pebbles. You wake up touching your mouth, heart pounding. You're not alone. Across every country, every language, millions of people have this exact dream. Psychologists quietly collected stories for decades and found it's in the top 3 most common dreams worldwide. So what's it about? Most gentle voices say it's not really teeth. It's words you didn't say, apologies you swallowed, truths you bit back. Teeth are how we smile, how we speak, how we bite when we're angry. When they fall out in dreams, your mind is whispering, there's something you're holding in, and it's starting to hurt. It's stress, wearing its favorite costume. New job, big move, unspoken feelings. They all show up as crumbling teeth. But here's the soft landing. Noticing the dream is already the healing. The moment you wake up and realize your teeth are fine, The message has been delivered. Your mind just needed a dramatic way to get your attention. So next time it happens, don't panic. In the dark, touch your real smile, take one slow breath, and silently promise yourself, I'll say what needs to be said tomorrow. Then go back to sleep. Your teeth are safe. Your voice is safe. And your dreams, they're just looking out for you in their own dramatic, toothless way. Something's behind you. Footsteps, breathing, shadows. You run faster, heart hammering, but your legs feel like syrup. You've had this dream. We all have. Here's the gentle truth nobody says out loud. Whatever is chasing you almost never catches you, because it doesn't want to hurt you. It wants to be seen. That dark figure, that faceless thing, that animal with glowing eyes is usually a feeling you've been avoiding all day. Stress about money, guilt about a fight, fear of failing. It puts on a scary mask so you'll finally turn around and look at it. When you wake up sweaty, your mind isn't being mean. It's being a friend who's tired of watching you carry something heavy alone. Next time it happens, try this, only if you feel brave. Stop running. Turn slowly. Ask softly, what are you trying to tell me? Sometimes the monster turns into a crying child. Sometimes it's just you, older, tired, asking for a hug. Sometimes it melts into nothing because being seen was all it needed. You don't have to do it tonight. Running is okay. Hiding is okay. But when you're ready, remember, nothing in your dream world wants to destroy you. The chase is just love wearing a Halloween mask, waiting for you to notice it's been trying to catch up and hand you back the pieces you dropped while pretending everything was fine. You're at work, at school, in the supermarket, and suddenly you realize no clothes. Everyone stares. Your face burns. You try to hide behind a tiny shopping basket. Classic dream, happens to kings and kindergartners alike. And it's never really about nudity. It's about being seen exactly as you are and being terrified it won't be enough. All day you wear polite smiles, careful words, perfect outfits, adult armor. At night your mind slips the armor off and says, can we just be real for a minute? It's not shaming you. It's inviting you. Showing up naked in dreams is your heart's quiet way of asking, what if they loved me anyway? What if I didn't have to pretend? Sometimes it happens when you're starting to trust someone new. Sometimes when you're carrying a secret. Always when some part of you is tired of performing. So when it happens tonight, try not to cover up right away. Stand still for one soft second. Feel the air on your dream skin. Notice that nobody is actually laughing. Most dream people don't even look twice, because in the place that matters, you're already enough. Your mind is practicing being brave while your body is safe under the blanket. Wake up tomorrow and carry a tiny piece of that naked courage into the day. Speak one true sentence. Let one small mask slip. Your dreams will cheer. They've been trying to set you free, one bare-shouldered dream at a time. The bell rings. You're sitting at a tiny desk that smells like pencils and fear. The paper in front of you is full of questions you've never seen. Your pen won't write. The teacher is shaking her head. You're 47 years old and still having this dream. You're not crazy. You're human. That exam dream isn't about school anymore. It's about every moment in life when you feel tested and unprepared. New job, parenting, a conversation you're afraid to have. Your mind digs up the oldest symbol it has for, I'm not ready and everyone will see. It's not punishing you, it's rehearsing. Dreams let you feel the worst-case scenario in total safety so that tomorrow, when life hands you a real pop quiz, some tiny part of you whispers, I've survived this feeling before. I can do it again. So when the dream bell rings tonight, try something gentle. Look at the blank paper and write, I am enough. Watch the letters stay put. Look up at the teacher and notice she's smiling. Or simply stand up, walk out and fly away, because you're the adult now. You already passed the only test that matters. You woke up every day and kept going. The dream just wants to remind you that you're stronger than the little desk ever knew. Close the exam book. You don't live there anymore. You're dreaming. Then suddenly, like flipping a switch, you know you're dreaming. The colors get brighter. The air feels electric. You think, wait, I can do anything. And you can. That's lucid dreaming, the quiet superpower about 1 in 4 people experience naturally, and anyone can learn. One moment you're along for the ride, the next you're holding the steering wheel inside your own mind. People learn to fly, to visit lost loved ones, to ask the dream, what should I do? And get real answers. The first time it happens, most people just laugh out loud inside the dream, pure joy at being awake in a place where gravity is optional. Your body stays safely paralyzed, heart calm, while your mind throws the best party imagination ever planned. And the softest part? You don't have to be special. You just have to get curious. Tonight, as you drift off, try telling yourself gently, next time I'm dreaming, I'll notice. Look at your hands in the dream. They often look strange, and that strangeness wakes you up inside. Or tell a dream character, this is a dream, and watch the world shimmer. If it happens, take one slow breath and feel how safe you are. Then, do whatever your heart has been waiting to do. Fly. Forgive someone. Hug the child you once were. When morning comes, you'll bring back a quiet glow no coffee can match. Sweet dreaming, Captain. There's a quiet club of dreamers who go to bed excited instead of tired. They close their eyes, count slowly, and gently lift off the ground like it's the easiest thing in the world. They've practiced. Some started as kids and never stopped. Others learned as adults from books, friends, or sheer willpower. Every night they soar above cities made of starlight, skim oceans that reflect 2 moons, feel wind that sings. They'll tell you the secret is simple. Believe you already know how. In the dream, doubt is the only gravity. Let it go, and you rise. Some swim through air like water. Some ride warm updrafts with eagles who nod hello. Some just hover above their sleeping body and wave goodbye to the day. And the most beautiful part? Many say flying dreams leave them calmer the next day. Something about remembering, even for a few minutes, that limits are negotiable. That joy can lift you when everything else feels heavy. Tonight, if you want, borrow their trick. As you get sleepy, picture yourself standing on a soft hill. Feel the breeze. Take one tiny hop and don't come down. Tell yourself, I've always known how to do this. If you only float an inch, that's perfect. If you shoot straight to the clouds, even better. Either way, morning will find you lighter, because once your mind remembers it can fly, it never completely forgets. Sleep tight, little bird. Deep inside your dreams lives the wisest part of you, quiet, patient, kind. It knows why you're tired, why you're scared, what you actually want. Most nights, it tries to send postcards through symbols and feelings. But when you become lucid, you can sit down and have a real conversation. Dreamers who do this say they walk up to a calm figure, maybe an older version of themselves, maybe a glowing light, maybe just a warm presence, and ask simple questions. What should I do about? Why does this hurt so much? How do I let go? The answers come gently, sometimes in words, sometimes as sudden knowing. One man asked why he kept dreaming of locked doors. The figure handed him a key and said, "You're afraid to open the ones in waking life." He woke up crying and made the phone call he'd been avoiding for years. You don't have to wait for full lucidity. Even tonight, as you drift, you can whisper into the dark, "Show me what I need to see." Then watch. The next dream might bring exactly the person, place, or feeling that holds your answer. Your subconscious isn't hiding. It's waiting with open arms. All it needs is an invitation. So breathe slow, get quiet, and ask softly before sleep. Then trust whatever shows up. It's not random. It's love wearing dream clothes, walking straight toward you with the gentlest answer you've been carrying all along. High in the Himalayas, for over 1,000 years, monks have gone to bed the way athletes go to training. They call it dream yoga. Before sleep, they sit quietly, breathe, and set one gentle intention. Tonight, I will know I am dreaming, and I will stay kind. Then they lie down, perfectly still, and fall asleep without losing awareness. The moment the dream begins, they recognize it, smile, and start practicing. They make flowers bloom with a thought. They walk through walls to remember nothing is solid. They meet frightening demons and turn them into friends by offering love. All of it is training for death, they say, because death is the ultimate dream you don't wake up from in the usual way. If you can stay aware and kind inside a dream, you can stay aware and kind when the body lets go. You don't need a monastery or orange robes. Their secret is only 3 soft steps anyone can whisper tonight. As you get sleepy, repeat gently, I will know I am dreaming. Fall asleep while feeling happy or grateful. It keeps the mind light. If something strange happens in the dream, smile and remember them. They've been doing this since the 8th century, proving the mind can be awake while the body sleeps. Tonight, somewhere far away, a monk is probably flying through a golden sky, sending quiet good wishes to every dreamer listening to these words. You're part of the same ancient practice now. Sweet dreams, little yogi. August Kekulé saw the benzene ring in a dream, a snake eating its own tail. Elias Howe fixed the sewing machine because he dreamed of spears with holes in the tip. Paul McCartney woke up with the full melody of Yesterday playing in his head. Your brain never stops working. It just changes desks when you sleep. All day it's busy with noise, deadlines and doubt. At night it gets quiet, spreads everything out on the table and starts playing. It connects ideas that were never allowed to sit together while you were awake. That's why answers often arrive the next morning like gentle gifts on the pillow. You don't have to be a genius. Everyone gets this help. Before sleep tonight, try the old trick. Hold your problem softly in your mind like a smooth stone. Don't force. Just say, show me something useful. Then let go. Fall asleep trusting. Some people wake with the full solution. Some get a tiny nudge that feels like coincidence until they follow it and everything clicks. Either way, your mind has been quietly working overtime, unpaid and happy to do it. So whatever feels stuck right now, work, love, creativity, worry, hand it over tonight. Close your eyes like closing a shop for the night. The night shift is already clocking in, sleeves rolled up, ready to rearrange the pieces while you rest. Morning might bring nothing dramatic, or it might bring the answer you stopped believing was possible. Sleep well, inventor. The sewing needle with the hole at the sharp end dreamed. The structure of the atom. Niels Bohr saw it spinning like planets while asleep. The periodic table. Dmitri Mendeleev woke up and wrote it down in one go. Google's Larry Page says the idea of downloading the entire web and analyzing links came in a dream. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein began as a nightmare she couldn't shake. Even the melody of the Beatles' Yesterday arrived complete while Paul slept. Your brain is doing the same thing every night, just usually on smaller, quieter projects. It takes the raw material of your day, conversations, worries, songs, half ideas, and stitches them into something new while you're not watching. You might not wake up with a world-changing patent, but you often wake up knowing exactly what to say in that difficult message, or which path feels right, or why you've been sad. Those tiny personal breakthroughs are just as miraculous. So tonight, keep a gentle notepad by the bed, or just trust your morning self to remember. Your mind is already in the lab, lights low, music soft, working on tomorrow's gift. All you have to do is sleep through the research phase. Sweet dreams, creator. 3 little miracles that changed the world forever, all delivered by sleep. Elias Howe was stuck. His sewing machine needle wouldn't work. One night he dreamed of tribesmen carrying spears with holes near the tip. He woke up, moved the hole to the pointy end, and the modern sewing machine was born. Dmitri Mendeleev wrestled with the elements for years. He fell asleep at his desk and dreamed of a table where everything fell into place. He wrote it down without changing a word. Paul McCartney heard a full classical tune in a dream. He rushed to the piano, terrified it would vanish. For weeks he asked people if they knew the song. No one did. He finally accepted it was his. Yesterday became one of the most recorded songs in history. 3 different centuries, 3 different problems. Same delivery method, sleep. Your mind has the same workshop. Maybe tonight it won't invent a new element, but it might stitch together the courage to make up with someone, or arrange your scattered feelings into a pattern that finally makes sense, or hand you a melody of peace you can hum all day tomorrow. Close your eyes like how Mendeleev and McCartney did. The night shift is already humming, ready to hand-deliver whatever you've been trying to build while awake. All you have to do is rest and receive. That monster under the bed, the endless falling, the teeth crumbling. They feel horrible, but they're actually acts of love. Your brain runs nightmares the same way buildings run fire drills, not because it wants you scared, but because it never wants you frozen if real danger shows up. During a nightmare, your heart races, adrenaline spikes, breathing quickens, exactly what you'd need if you had to fight or run for real. But you're perfectly safe under the blanket, so your mind gets to practice the alarm system without any actual flames. After a nightmare, most people wake calmer the next day when real stress appears because some tiny part of them has already survived the worst version. Even recurring nightmares are gentle teachers wearing scary masks. They keep coming back because the lesson isn't finished. Face this fear, speak this truth, let this go. When you finally do it in waking life, the nightmare often retires. Job done. So if a nightmare visits tonight, breathe through it. Whisper, I'm safe, this is practice. Let it run its drill. When you wake up shaky, thank it quietly. It just spent energy making sure you'll be braver tomorrow than you were today. Then roll over and go back to sleep. The drill is over. You passed. Same dream, different night. Same house with the endless hallway. Same person you can't reach. Same ocean pulling you under. You wake up tired of seeing it again. Here's the soft truth. It's not a glitch. It's a messenger who promised not to leave until you read the letter. Recurring dreams are your mind's way of waving a little flag that says, we still need to talk about this. A feeling you buried, a choice you keep avoiding, a goodbye you never said. They'll change costumes, shift locations, but the core feeling stays the same until you finally listen. People who start journals and gently ask, what are you trying to tell me? Often watch the dream soften or disappear within weeks. One woman kept dreaming of a locked childhood bedroom. She finally wrote a letter to her younger self, forgiving a long-held shame. That night, the door in the dream was open, sunlight pouring in. She never saw the hallway again. So if your old familiar dream shows up tonight, don't groan. Smile sleepily and whisper, okay, I'm listening now. You don't have to solve it all before breakfast. Just crack the door. Your mind has been knocking so patiently, carrying the same gentle package for years. All it wants is for you to take it, open it, and let whatever's inside finally come home. You open your eyes, but you can't move. The room looks exactly the same. A weight sits on your chest. Sometimes a shadow figure watches from the corner. Your heart races, but your body is locked. Take one slow breath. You're okay. This is sleep paralysis, and it's just a tiny timing glitch. During REM, your brain paralyzes your body so you don't act out dreams. Sometimes when you wake, the off switch lags a few seconds. You're awake inside a still sleeping body. The hallucinations? Your dream machine is still half on, painting on the walls of your bedroom. That's why cultures all over the world see the same old hag or shadow person. It's the brain's default scary wallpaper when the lights come on too soon. It feels eternal, but it almost always ends in under 2 minutes. The kindest thing you can do is breathe slowly and think, I'm waking up, everything is fine. Wiggle a finger or toe if you can. It's the fastest way to remind your body the show is over. Millions of people get this visitor. It's annoying, never dangerous. When it happens tonight, or any night, treat it like a sleepy friend who forgot to leave the party. Smile inside and say, okay, you can go now. Then watch the weight lift, the shadow fade, and your body remember it belongs to you again. Sweet, gentle waking. From Canada to Japan, Nigeria to Norway, people wake unable to move and see the exact same terrifying old woman sitting on their chest. Sometimes she's a witch, sometimes a demon, sometimes just a dark shape with glowing eyes. Science calls it sleep paralysis. Storytellers call her the old hag, the nightmare, the tokolosh. Every culture painted her before they ever heard of each other. Because she's not real, she's the default nightmare your brain pulls out when it's stuck between sleep and wake. Your eyes are open, but REM is still leaking images into the room. Your body is paralyzed, so the fear has nowhere to run. The chest pressure, just shallow breathing while lying on your back. The evil feeling, ancient wiring that screams predator when you can't move. But here's the quiet magic. Once you know her name, she loses power. People who gently say, I see you, you're just a dream. Watch her dissolve like smoke. Some even learn to laugh softly, and she turns into a harmless grandmother offering tea. She's been visiting humans for thousands of years, never hurting anyone, just scaring us until we remember we're safe. So if she slips into your room tonight, don't fight. Breathe slow, blink on purpose and whisper, hello old friend, time to go. She'll bow and vanish. You were never in danger, you were just shaking hands with the oldest ghost story in the world, and winning. You open your eyes, stretch, get out of bed, brush your teeth, then actually wake up and realize you're still in bed. Sometimes it loops 3, 4, 10 times. You keep waking up into the same morning that isn't real yet. It's confusing, exhausting, and strangely common. Your brain is testing the exit door from the dream, like a cat pawing at a window. Each false morning is a dress rehearsal for the real one. Some people get so good at spotting the loops they become lucid and start flying out the window instead of brushing teeth for the 12th time. But even if you don't, there's a gentle beauty in it. Your mind is making sure the transition is smooth, giving you extra practice starting the day calm. Next time it happens, try noticing one tiny detail that's wrong. The clock says 25:00, or your toothbrush is suddenly purple. That's the giveaway. Or just relax into the loop and enjoy a few extra mornings without real-world pressure. When the true wake-up finally comes, you'll feel strangely rested, like you've already lived the morning in soft mode. So if tonight you wake up 5 times before coffee, smile into the pillow. Your mind just gave you 5 free do-overs, 5 gentle mornings to practice opening your eyes with peace instead of rush. The real alarm clock will ring soon enough. Until then, enjoy the bonus previews. You walk into a cafe you've never visited, and suddenly everything freezes. The song playing, the way the light hits the table, the stranger's exact sentence. You've lived this second before. Only you lived it months ago, in a dream you barely remembered until now. It happens to almost everyone, at least once. You dreamed the tiny details so clearly that when life finally catches up, your mind rings a soft bell. Told you I'd show you this. Some call it precognition. Others say it's coincidence plus a brain that loves patterns. Either way, it feels like the universe winking. Your sleeping mind glimpsed a possibility, painted it perfectly, then tucked the postcard in your pocket for later. When the moment arrives, you get goosebumps because 2 timelines just gently touched. Next time it happens, don't brush it off. Pause, breathe, smile at the stranger who doesn't know they're in your old dream. Your night self and your day self just high-fived across months. It's proof that part of you is always walking a few steps ahead, leaving little breadcrumbs of wonder for the rest of you to find. Tonight, as you drift off, maybe whisper, "Show me something I'll recognize later." Then live tomorrow with soft eyes, watching for the quiet wink when the dream and the day finally meet for coffee. Abe Lincoln dreamed of his own funeral in the White House 2 weeks before he was shot. Hundreds of ordinary people wrote down dreams of planes hitting towers months before 9/11. You probably have smaller ones. You dream of an old friend you haven't spoken to in years, wake up, and that afternoon they call. Science argues about big ones, but almost everyone quietly admits the little ones happen. Your sleeping mind isn't telling time the way waking minds do. It mixes memory, pattern, and something we still don't have a name for, then hands you a preview that feels like déjà vu in reverse. The gentlest way to treat them is gratitude, not fear. Write them down if you want, or simply smile and say thank you when life catches up. Tonight, before sleep, you can whisper, if there's something useful to see, please show me gently. Then let go. Whether it's tomorrow's phone call or just the feeling of rain you'll walk in next week, your dreams are allowed to be a little ahead of schedule. They're not trying to scare you. They're trying to prepare you, comfort you, or simply say, see, I've got you. You wake up laughing and text your sister, I just dreamed we were kids again building that stupid fort. She replies instantly, I was in the fort with you 5 minutes ago. Couples wake up describing the exact same beach. Soldiers in war zones report meeting fallen friends in the same field. Science calls it coincidence or suggestion or deep emotional bond. But the feeling is bigger than labels. When two hearts are close, family, lovers, best friends, sometimes the dream wall between them gets thin. You visit the same in-between place, walk the same impossible street, feel the same warm light. You don't need proof. You just know. If it happens tonight, don't question it. When you wake tomorrow and someone says, you won't believe my dream, listen carefully. You might have been holding their hand the whole time. Love doesn't stop at the edge of sleep. It just changes clothes. There's a place only you know. A coastal town with crooked streets, neon signs in a language you can't read, a train station that smells like cinnamon. You've never been there awake, yet you keep returning. Some dreamers have maps of their city drawn from memory. Every window, every shortcut, every hidden cafe stays perfectly consistent across years. Psychologists call it a dream template or stable dreamscape. You call it home. Your mind built an entire world brick by brick while you weren't looking, and now it's your private vacation spot. Some nights you explore new alleys. Some nights you just sit on the same bench and watch the sky change color. Nothing bad ever happens there. It's the one place life can't tax or rush. If you return tonight, say hello to the regulars for me. Leave a pebble on the fountain if you want to remember. When morning tries to pull you back, take one slow breath of that cinnamon air and promise you'll visit again tomorrow. The city will wait. It always does. You lived a whole love story, traveled 3 countries, grew old and young again. And the clock says only 12 minutes passed. Dream time is elastic. 10 seconds of REM can stretch into a lifetime. An hour can compress into 1 heartbeat. Your brain edits out the boring parts the way movies cut from scene to scene. No walking through airports, no waiting for buses. Just the moment you land, the moment you kiss, the moment you say goodbye. That's why waking up from an epic dream feels like losing years in a single gasp, but it's also why tiny dreams can heal huge hurts. One slow hug in dream time can feel like all the hugs you never got. So if tonight feels endless in the best way, let it. Your mind is giving you the gift of extra hours nobody can bill you for. Live 10 lifetimes before breakfast. Cry if you need to. Laugh until your dream ribs hurt. When the alarm finally rings, you'll still be rich with all the time you borrowed from the night. You look at the dream clock. 3:07. You close your eyes, live an entire wedding, honeymoon, first fight, making up, growing old together. You open them again. 3:08. 60 seconds, 60 years. Your brain can slow the movie to a crawl or speed it like fast forward. Neuroscientists say it's because the timekeeping part of the brain takes a nap. No internal clock means no speed limit. That's why near the end of a long REM period, you can have those massive, sprawling adventures that feel like novels. You wake up exhausted and full at the same time. Tonight, if time starts stretching, don't fight it. Let the slow dance last 100 songs. Let the conversation flow for days. Let the sunset paint the sky for what feels like forever. Morning will come soon enough with its ticking and rushing. But right now the clock is asleep and the night is generous. Take all the time you need. You can taste chocolate cake, feel rain, hear thunder, see impossible colors, but smell almost never. Less than 1% of people report clear smells in dreams. Your olfactory bulb, the smell part of your brain, takes the night off. It's one of the reasons dreams feel slightly unreal even while you're in them. But when smell does show up, it's powerful. Your grandmother's kitchen, your first love's shampoo, sea air from childhood holidays, sudden and perfect. Those rare moments are postcards from the deepest memory vault. So if tonight you suddenly smell fresh bread or rain on hot pavement, pause inside the dream. Breathe it in slowly. That's your mind saying, I saved this one just for you. Everything else might be painted, but that scent is real, carried across years on purpose. Let it wrap around you like a hug from someone who never really left. You bite into a dream strawberry, and it's the best thing you've ever tasted. Juicy, sweet, a little warm from the sun. You wake up craving strawberries at 3 a.m. Your tongue never touched a real berry, yet the taste was perfect. Your brain pulled the memory of every strawberry you've ever loved, blended them, and served perfection. Some lucid dreamers hold chocolate tasting parties every night, inventing flavors that don't exist on Earth. Others sit at tables with people who are gone and share meals that feel more real than waking dinner. The taste doesn't come from saliva or sugar. It comes from love and memory mixed together. So if tonight you find yourself at a dream table with warm bread and butter or your childhood birthday cake, don't rush. Eat slowly. Let every bite be a thank you to every kitchen that ever fed you. When you wake hungry, smile. Your mind just cooked you the most heartfelt meal in the world, and calories don't count in dreams. You laughed all day, but tonight you cry in a dream about nothing. Or you were calm, yet you wake up lighter, like a weight floated away while you slept. Dreams are your quiet therapist working the night shift. All the feelings you stuffed, swallowed, or smiled through get taken out, looked at, folded neatly, or gently released. Anger becomes a storm that passes. Grief becomes a long hug from someone gone. Joy you didn't let yourself feel becomes fireworks. You don't have to remember the plot for the healing to work. You just wake up softer, braver, clearer. Sometimes you only notice days later, wait, I'm not scared of that anymore. So if tonight brings tears or laughter that feels too big, let it come. Your mind isn't breaking you. It's mending you while you rest. Morning might find you quieter, kinder, a little more whole. Thank your dreams the way you'd thank a friend who stayed up all night listening. They did. You went to bed carrying the day like a too heavy bag. You wake up and somehow the bag is lighter, even though nothing changed outside. That's the quietest miracle of sleep. While you traveled, your brain took every sharp feeling, every worry, every unsaid word, and gently sanded the edges. It replayed conversations with kinder endings. It let you say sorry or I love you to faces you can't reach awake. It turned fear into stories with soft landings. You might not remember a single scene, but you feel it in your chest. A little more space, a little more peace. Neuroscientists see it on scans. REM sleep lowers the emotional temperature of memories. What felt unbearable at 6 p.m. feels bearable at 7 a.m. Not because time passed, but because dreams worked over time. So tonight, when you finally turn off the light, whisper thank you in advance. Hand over the day like handing a tired child to a trusted babysitter. Let your dreams do their invisible mending. When tomorrow's sun finds you, you'll be stitched together with invisible thread, strong enough to carry whatever comes next. Sleep now. Healing is already happening. You've listened this far. Your body is heavy, your breath is slow, the room is soft and safe. This is the gentle handoff. From here, you don't need me anymore. Close your eyes whenever you're ready. Picture one small thing you love: warm sand, a certain voice, fresh sheets, a quiet lake, anything that feels like home. Hold it lightly in your mind like a feather. Let it grow. Let it become the first scene. Your mind is already listening. It's waiting for your quiet wish so it can start the movie exactly where your heart wants to begin tonight. No force, no hurry, just a soft invitation. Wherever you choose, mountaintop, childhood bedroom, flying above clouds, or simply floating in warm light, it's already building itself for you right now. All you have to do is breathe out and step in. The door is open, the lights are low, the seat is warm. And the best part? Tonight's dream belongs only to you. I'll leave the nightlight on. Sweet, sweet dreams, traveler. I'll see you on the other side of morning. Whatever feeling you carry into sleep is the soil your dreams grow in. Go to bed angry, the night turns stormy. Go to bed grateful, the night hands you golden light. It's not magic, it's gardening. Your last waking thought is the quiet seed you drop into the dark. Your brain waters it for 8 hours and hands you the flower when you open your eyes. That's why a tiny bedtime smile can make tomorrow feel softer. That's why scrolling bad news right before lights out can leave you waking up heavy. Tonight, try a gentle experiment. Before the final yawn, think of one thing, however small, that felt good today. A warm drink, a kind text, sun on your face. Hold it like a smooth stone for 3 slow breaths. Then let sleep take over. You don't have to believe anything special. Just plant the seed. Morning will show you the color of the bloom. Sweet planting. You finally tell your boss you're overwhelmed. You say, "I'm sorry" to someone you hurt years ago. You stand up for yourself in words you could never find awake. Then you wake up and realize it was only a dream. But your body doesn't know that. Your heart rate slowed, your shoulders dropped, your nervous system practiced the calm version of the talk. The next time the real moment comes, a tiny part of you remembers, "I've done this before. I survived. I was kind and clear." Dreams are dress rehearsals with no critics. You get to mess up, cry, win, lose, try again, all in perfect safety. So if tonight you find yourself finally speaking your truth to someone, don't rush to wake up. Stay. Say everything. Let them answer. When morning comes, you'll carry the muscle memory of courage, even if the words change. You're not avoiding life. You're preparing for it, one brave dream line at a time. Every image, every person, every strange house is an entry. The locked door equals the feeling you won't face. The flying equals the freedom you're ready for. The missing train equals the chance you're afraid to take. Your mind isn't random. It's poetic. It speaks in pictures because pictures slip past the guards you keep awake. If you start listening, the diary gets clearer. Keep a tiny notebook by the bed. When you wake, scribble 3 words. No more. Blue door, crying, flying. After a week, the patterns appear like gentle constellations. You don't need to analyze, just notice. Your dreams will feel seen and start speaking softer, kinder. They've been trying to hand you the diary for years. All they want is for you to read 1 page and say, "I understand." Then they can rest too. A 4-year-old doesn't dream of being late for work. They dream of riding purple tigers across candy rivers, while talking flowers sing their name. Their nights are bright, enormous, fearless. No inner critic yet. No, that's impossible. Just pure imagination running at full volume. As we grow, we teach ourselves to turn the volume down. We learn physics, bills, shame. Dreams get quieter, more realistic, sometimes smaller. But the child who rode the tiger is still in there. Sometimes, on the best nights, they sneak back out. you'll suddenly dream of flying again, or talking to animals, or living in a treehouse made of music. When it happens, don't call it silly. It's your original self coming home for a visit. Let them stay the whole night. Let them remind you how big your mind was before the world taught it to shrink. Morning can wait. Every time you die in a dream, car crash, falling, peaceful fade to light, and then wake up safe, your deepest animal brain learns a quiet lesson. This feeling is survivable. Tibetan and Egyptian traditions say dreams are training wheels for the final sleep. You try on letting go hundreds of times in perfect safety. You learn it's just a doorway, not an ending. Many people who have gentle dream deaths wake up less afraid of real death. They say, "It felt like stepping out of a coat." So if tonight brings one of those dreams where everything softly dissolves, don't fight. Let it happen. Notice how peaceful it can be. Notice how you're still you on the other side. You're not predicting anything. You're rehearsing the gentlest goodbye so that when the real moment comes, decades from now, some quiet part of you will smile and think, "Oh, I've been here before. It's okay." Then you'll step forward without fear. Sweet practice, dear friend. Gravity is negotiable. Time runs backward if you need it to. You can breathe underwater, walk through walls, become a bird, become light itself. These aren't mistakes. They're features. Your mind is showing you what reality would feel like without all the have-to rules. A place where forgiveness is as easy as stepping through a mirror, where healing is as simple as hugging the child version of you, where love doesn't need words or bodies. When you wake up and the heavy rules snap back into place, carry one tiny piece of dream physics with you. Let one thing be lighter today. Let one impossible thing feel possible. The dream world isn't pretending. It's remembering what we forgot, that deep inside the rules were always gentle suggestions, not chains. Tonight, play with the physics. Break one rule on purpose. Fly an inch higher than yesterday. Bring the feeling back with you tomorrow. In the middle of a nightmare, a quiet voice says, "This is a dream," and everything softens. The monster shrinks. The falling turns into flying. The dark room fills with sunrise. You don't need years of practice. You only need one calm decision. I choose something kinder now. Even half asleep it works. People stuck in recurring nightmares have ended them forever, just by turning around and hugging the scary thing. The dream listens. It always listens. It wants you happy. Tonight, if anything feels heavy, remember you're holding the pen. Say softly inside, "Show me something gentle," or "Let this be beautiful." Watch the scene shift like warm water. You're not forcing. You're allowing. The dream has been waiting for permission to be the gift it always wanted to be. Sweet dreams, director. You wake up crying from a dream with no story you can explain, or laughing at something that made no sense, or calm after chaos. That's the heart speaking its native tongue. Images, feelings, symbols, direct, no filter. Words are slow and clumsy. Dreams are instant and true. A falling dream isn't about falling. It's, "I'm scared of losing control." A flying dream isn't about wings. It's, "I remember I'm free." When you start listening in that older language, dreams stop feeling confusing. They feel like letters from the wisest part of you. Tonight, let the pictures come without judgment. Let the feelings wash through. You don't have to translate everything. Just feel the message. Your heart will understand perfectly. Morning can wait for words, even the scary ones, especially the scary ones. Every scene, every face, every impossible place is your mind saying, "I see you. I'm still here. I'm working on this for you." The nightmare says, "Let me carry this fear so you don't have to awake." The flying dream says, "Remember, you're bigger than you think." The visit from someone gone says, "Love doesn't end." There's no critic in the projection room, only a tireless friend who never clocks out. So if tonight feels strange or soft or huge, receive it. It's not random imagery. It's handwriting you recognize if you look close enough. Yours, written in moonlight, sealed with care, delivered while you rest. Read it slowly, or don't read at all. Just let the love do its quiet work. You are deeply loved by the part of you that never sleeps. You've traveled far tonight. 100 quiet truths, 100 soft steps down the staircase of wonder. Your body is heavy, your mind is light, your heart is open. There's nothing left to do. The day is finished. The worries are folded and put away. Somewhere a door is opening that has your name written in starlight. Behind it is exactly the dream you need. Not the one you plan, not the one you fear, but the one your deepest self has been preparing all day. It might be gentle, it might be wild, it might be both. All you have to do is breathe out one last time and step through. I'll leave the nightlight on, just in case, but you won't need it. The dream you deserve is already smiling, holding out its hand. Go. I'll see you in the morning, brighter, softer, whole. Good night, beautiful dreamer. Thank you for letting me walk you home.